welcome, welcome. Yep. Hi, this is PJ. I want to tell y'all we're gonna start off with Spoiled Child. This is a really good. I think what happens. This is really good for the lines. Wrinkles and hair. It's really good. And the X49. That is from LifeWave. LifeWave is so good. It made me go back. I didn't realize how much I went back, and it's it helped me out a lot. I got to start on it again. Spoiled Child, of course, comes with a stick for your lips, and they also give away these. It's tweezers for those who need them, and they always send something with your bottle every time. It never fails. Now I've got so many of the. They come with the 1 and 2 ounce shot, and it's great, and I really like it. And I'm going to. I don't know what I'm going to do with them. I really don't know. I want to give them away so I can to give away Spoiled Child. Each time that they let me have something, I'll just give it off to someone and say, "Hey, this is Spoiled Child." Um, it's really good though. Let's talk about my stroke. It's getting a little bit better. Today I carried something from the car to the steps, up to the steps, and I carried it in the house. That's kind of it was hard, but I did it. I carried it and I carried out everything I do. I've done it on my own. That's why I like being by myself. I've learned to be by myself. Thank God thank God he uh, he wanted me. God wanted me to be by myself. If I didn't learn to be by myself, I'd be wanting to be with somebody. And I've learned. I've gotten used to my quiet, and I've gotten. I love my cats, and I don't need the human interaction. I don't miss it, and well, I do. I lie as say I was, but I don't have to have it. Um, Jesus has come into my life, and he's always been in my life. You know what I'm saying? Mom and Daddy put me and my sister in private school since it started, but before that we went to DoD schools. Um, that's dissociate. DoD is the something of the I don't know Department of Children something, I don't know, DOC DOD, I don't know. Anyways, uh, I went to private school. My sister and I went to private school, and it was all Christian. You know, my poor sister, she had to fight through school. She did. I didn't. I don't remember. I just left. I was too concentrated on getting away from my dad, and it was hard. And when I got away, and I called him on the phone, I said, "I heard you wanted me to call. What would you want?" He said, "I'm gonna find you and kill you." I was like, "Bloop." I hung the call. I said, "Who wants to go out of town?" And Mary says, "I do, I do." I said, "Where do you live?" "Mobile, Alabama." I said, "Mobile, Alabama? Is that even on the map?" She said, "No." It's a cool place though. and I was young. We were all young, and a whole group of us went down there, and at the time I was talking to Aaron, and but Aaron's married. She's been married to I can't remember his name. It starts with a T. Trip. That's right. Okay. Trip and her have been married. She's been married, and it's great. Um, but we were together, and I told then Mary wanted me to be with her, and since I was going to Mobile, I was like, I guess we're gonna break up now. So me and Aaron broke up, and me and Mary ended up being together. But I realized how I didn't want to be with Mary because I started dancing again. I was like, man, I'm sitting there dancing. This girl's laid up. She's hanging out at the hangout at the gas station with her friends. So I was like, oh, I don't want to be with you. Then I got with Nikki. Oh Lord. And then I got with you. It was back and forth. It was, and I kept going, and I was always with somebody. Always with somebody. And when I got back, uh, I started in drugs, and ecstasy was our first drug, and the only thing with me and the drugs, it was easy for me to go off the drugs. Um, Ecstasy was booming. It was a year, and it was everybody's doing it. Um, it was 1999 into 2000, and and it kept going, and we went to California. We went back. It's because I was with this girl Jeannie, who was always doing drugs. Well, I just had to do. I don't know why, I just did it, and she told me. She told me lies, and I didn't want to do it, and I quit when I was with her, and when I came down back down here. That was up in Birmingham, but I came back down here, and then I started doing drugs, and it was ecstasy. Then this one night, a friend of mine, I said, "Hey, Shane." He said, "What?" I said, "Hey, can you have another roll?" He said, "Baby, how many you had?" I said, "8." He said, "Girl, you know what that means?" I said, "I need to quit." He said, "Yes." Then that night, I quit. That night, I decided not to ever do it again. And then I found something fun, and I did um, meth. I did that, and I did it for a while. But I got with the girl that she had a son, and um, I said, "What if we leave? What if we go?" Because I quit, because he meant everything. And well, I take that back. I did it for a little while until I've realized I want to be with her. I want to be with him. And what do you say? She said, yeah. She says, let's go to South Carolina. And it was when the Twin Towers fell. I asked Justin, her brother. He comes in our room. He said, "Hey, y'all, the Twin Towers have been taken down, and the White House is level." So what? What's the Twin Towers? I asked Christia. I was like, "What's the Twin Towers?" She's like, "I don't know." So we asked Justin what they were. He said that's the trading place, and I said, "Oh, I don't get it." Then me being a lieutenant's daughter, I didn't know anything. Um, but really got into politics when Obama became the president, and I said, hell no, it's not time. It is not time. And they're either going to ruin this country, and just since Obama had been here, had been our president, our our whole United States have fallen apart. All these illegals came in, and it just started a bad thing, and it was crazy. And we said, anyway. So I said, okay, yeah, let's go to South Carolina. And we went to South Carolina. It was good for a little while, but she got back on drugs, yeah. And then I started on it, but they didn't do anything to me. Um, it was stupid, and we went back to Mobile, and I just saw how I was living, and I told Christy, we either have to quit, or you if you don't quit, I will leave. She said, no, 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 let's almost talk about it. I said, I'm telling you, I will leave. And we have Joseph. I said, if you don't think about him, then there's nothing I can do for you. And anyway, so she got back. I left. Well, that night was bad. And, oh gosh, and I left. It was, in the afternoon. She went to work. I said, I'm going to leave, Chrissy. She goes, I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it, but we'll talk about it tonight. I said, okay. And I got my stuff, and I took Joseph to the babysitter, and I left. And I called Christy at work, and someone, I can't remember who answered the phone. I think it was Lexi. I said, can I talk to Christy real quick? She goes, yeah, yeah. And Chris gets on the phone. She said, well, I've left. I thought I'd let you know. And she said, I don't want to talk about it. I want to hear about it. And she came home that night, and she started busting out crying, and I cried too, because she was my heart back then, you know. And like I wanted to go back to her, but I knew I couldn't. It would be worse, and I said I can't do that. But then I got with this girl, and not immediately, but in 2013, I got with a girl, and she's crazy. She didn't do no drugs. I don't think I didn't do drugs, and but she was a nut. Okay, she was crazy. So, anyways, my life has been blah, 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 with people. And this year I've been at the same house for a year, and I will be here for 2 years. I'm trying to clean up my room because it looks like crap. This window back here makes me look ghetto, and I don't usually have that up, but I have to because my neighbors started putting lights up in there. It's like Christmas. They got lights up in their yard all over the place. But it looks like Christmas time over there because they have not Christmas lights, but different color lights. Anyways, this has been a very weird conversation for myself. But you hear, it. Well, it's been a crazy time. But God is with me. God, whatever happened, God is with me. God is with you. God is with all of us, and He protects me, every day. Every day He is, and I don't know why. You know, I could be a better person, and just God has always loved me. When you don't think God is there for you, He is. When you want to start crying about things, When I brought God in, when I solely believed in God, He makes you. I feel Him. I feel Him, and it could be I could have anything, and He's right there all the time. So if you're homeless, you're crying, or you're doing drugs and you're crying, just stop. Find find a way out. Find a way to work. We have where I work. I'm not gonna tell you where I work, but where I work, we have um, two people who are homeless that live in the car, and they you have to give them props because they go to work every day all the time and they're there, and that's amazing. um, I think people could do more, or we could help them more if they got away from drugs, and we could help kids and anybody that needs help. Write something down about, comment at the bottom, um, press the thumbs up and leave a comment, and share. um, God is speaking to you, and He's always spoke to me, and He's always been there regardless. And I said I'm not going to invite God in my life because I got to quit drugs. I'm going to invite God in my life when I don't have to have help. And I did. I sure did. And He's been there. I'm telling you, He has been there for me. And especially since my mom and sister died. Um, and I don't have I have family in Charleston, but immediate family. My sister's gone. She's the only sibling I had. My daddy's gone. My daddy died in '06. Mama died 3 years ago, and my sister died 4 years ago. Um, I don't have anyone, and I don't know if I don't think uh, that I have family. My immediate family. My uncle George lives in Tennessee. Him and his wife are from South. Well, sh- my uncle George was in Charleston, and my uncle Randy lived in Donald, South Carolina, and or Donald Daniels, I don't know. It's Upper South Carolina, and it's up in the woods. And then my uncle's the youngest of my daddy and Uncle Bobby, and my uncle George is the youngest of his sisters and brother. So, Uncle Grover, he died. Mama, she died. Aunt Mary, she died. Um, and Uncle George, the last one left. So we are all the youngest of our family. The only person I want to get in touch with is my Uncle Randy. Right. He's awesome. But anyways, y'all have a beautiful day. It was nice talking to you. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up, and like it and share it. Take care.